On January 17, 1966, the peaceful skies above Palomares, Spain, were shattered. A routine refueling mission turned disastrous when a B-52G bomber collided with a KC-135 tanker. The impact sent shockwaves through the air, scattering debris and fear across the countryside. 4 B-28 Fi Mod 2Y1 thermonuclear bombs, each capable of unimaginable destruction, plummeted towards the Earth. 2 of the bombs detonated upon impact near the village of Palomares, immediately raising alarms across the globe. A cloud of fear and uncertainty descended upon the region as news of the accident spread. The world watched with bated breath as the United States scrambled to contain the damage. The immediate concern was the release of plutonium, a highly toxic radioactive material. The detonations had scattered this invisible poison over a wide area, contaminating the soil and posing a grave threat to human health. Palomares, once a quiet farming community, was now the epicenter of a potential nuclear disaster. Operation Moist Mop. This massive undertaking involved over 1,700 US servicemen who were tasked with the daunting mission of decontaminating the area. Time was of the essence as the invisible threat of plutonium lingered in the air and soil. Armed with shovels, bulldozers, and radiation detectors, these men worked tirelessly to remove the contaminated topsoil. The scale of the operation was immense. Over 1,500 tons of contaminated soil were painstakingly removed from the area surrounding Palomares. The contaminated earth was loaded onto ships and transported to a secure storage facility in the United States. The operation was a race against time, a desperate attempt to mitigate the long-term health risks posed by the plutonium. Despite the Herculean efforts of the servicemen involved in Operation Moist Mop, a dark cloud of secrecy hung over the incident. The full extent of the contamination and its potential long-term effects were downplayed by the US government. The Cold War was at its peak, and the fear of losing face on the world stage trumped the well-being of those affected. Many of the servicemen who participated in the cleanup were not informed of the risks they faced. They were assured that the levels of radiation exposure were minimal and that their health was not in danger. Years later, many of these veterans began to experience a range of health problems, including cancer, respiratory illnesses, and birth defects in their children. The US government, however, continued to deny any link between their illnesses and their service in Palomares. The veterans faced an uphill battle for recognition and compensation for their sacrifices. Their stories are a stark reminder of the human cost of secrecy and the government's failure to protect its own. The Palomares incident cast a long shadow over the village and its inhabitants. The fear of contamination lingered for decades, impacting the local economy and the health of the community. Despite the initial cleanup efforts, radioactive material continued to be discovered in the area. The Spanish government, under pressure from the United States, downplayed the incident and the potential long-term health consequences. However, the truth has a way of surfacing. In recent years, there has been a renewed push for justice for the victims of the Palomares incident. Scientists, journalists, and activists have worked tirelessly to uncover the truth about the extent of the contamination and the government's mishandling of the disaster. The fight for compensation and recognition continues to this day, both for the US veterans who risked their lives in the cleanup and for the people of Palomares who have lived with the legacy of this nuclear accident for over 5 decades. This story and more in the book Nuclear Extinction Event is Killing Our Families by Marko Vovk can be found on Amazon Books. Please like, share and subscribe. The book link is in the comment section below.